Hey there, it's Chris, and welcome to your first lesson. Hey, this is going to be a lesson about the keyboard. We're not going to name any keys on the keyboard today. We're going to talk about how it's structured. Then we're going to talk about how to play it with good technique and get a good, clear sound. All right, let's get started. So as you can see, this is my keyboard, and just above me is the keyboard on the screen, because when I play this, you'll see that. So let's look at our keyboard here. It's comprised into two categories by color. I think you figured it out by now. There are black keys and there are white keys. Now, when we do name the keys on the keyboard, the only keys that actually have names are the white keys. And the black keys will derive their names from the white keys. And that's all you need to know for now. So, first, let's look at the black keys and how they are arranged across the keyboard. On my keyboard, mine starts with a group of 2 on the left side. Now, if you're playing an actual piano, there is an incomplete group all the way down there. And it's going to be an incomplete group of 3. So it's quite confusing if you really do start to the left. So don't do that. Let's just start anywhere you want. Okay? Find groups of 2, and go ahead and pretend like you're ordering 2 cherry Cokes, right? And say, I'll take 2, please. Now, I want you to touch your face with the tips of your fingers. Now, feel where your fingers are touching. That's the part of the finger that touches the keyboard when you play the notes. All right? So come on back down here. Okay, now, instead of holding your hands like that, because that's not proper piano technique, we're going to open our hand a bit, but just keep the 2 at the ready. Now, I want you to find 2 groups of 2 black notes, right? So here it is, boom and boom, right? Make sure you're ready to touch on the pads of your fingers. Now, what you're going to do, you are not going to press into the piano. If you're already playing, that's fine. But what you're going to do is you're going to lift straight up, and then drop and relax. That's it. That should be the feeling right now of playing the piano. Straight up, drop and relax. Notice if you have any tension in your wrists, if you're tightening your wrists, and notice if you have any tightness in your shoulders. Relax the shoulders and straight up and straight down, okay? And the reason why it's straight up and straight down and we don't talk about what to do in your hands or your arms is because if I say straight up and you imagine a straight line, such as a pencil or a carnival ride, right? And you go straight up and then they drop straight to the ground, you're naturally using all the muscles that you need to use in order to make that happen. And consequently, that is the motion that gives you the clearest sound on the keyboard, no matter what note you're hitting. All right? Now let's do the same thing for our 3 black notes. This time we're going to get 3 cherry Cokes. Okay? Find your face. You know where that's at. Touch the pads of your fingers as though you're just feeling the cheeks on your face. That's where you're going to touch the keys. Find 2 groups of 3 black notes. Okay? Touching the same spot. You got it, right? Now relax the hand, open the hand, and now you have these fingers at the ready, okay? And again, relax the shoulders. Maybe take an exhale. And straight up and drop. Notice if you're going straight up and dropping, you are allowing your hand weight to drop into the piano. And no matter how little you might be or how big you might be, the gravity of your arm is totally sufficient to make that clear sound. So we're going to lift and drop. And now let's find our 2, lift and drop. Awesome. Practice this lifting and dropping thing, and you can play any note you want on the piano. So here's what you want to think about. Find the pads of the fingers by touching your face, okay? The only thing that this doesn't totally work on is your thumb, which we'll talk about later, okay? And make sure that your pads are touching the notes that you want to touch. Try to pick notes that you want to play before you play them. Don't just haphazardly put your hands on the piano. This will train your mind for when we're learning music later on. It'll train a type of discipline where it's mindful playing. Try to choose a note. Start with one finger, maybe put 2 fingers, and then pick 3 notes. See if you can pick out 3 notes that you want to play and get 3 fingers at the ready. And straight up and drop. Okay, have fun with this, and I'll see you in the next video.